Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round. I can't remember exactly which round. I think it's round 6 of the Formula 3 Pretty Ninja Championship. And today we're at the Norris Ring. It's meant to be Castle Combe, but we changed it because of the way that the starting grid works at Castle Combe is not ideal. And it's a pleasant surprise that the Norris Ring actually has working DRS zones, so the racing should be a little bit better today, and people shouldn't be able to use it the whole time, which is quite nice. But yes, and I've had a play with the auto cam settings, did a bit of reading into it, and hopefully it should be all good now. But we'll see, as Mazzy currently has the fast lap of the race with a 46.3. Huey in P2 with a 46.9, which will keep him in the DRS zone. Quite a few 46.9s, 3 46.9s going on. And then quite a lot of low 47s. So it's going to be quite repetitive for people, for sure. I can hear something going on in the background. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Move this over here a minute. No. Close that one over here. Cool. It must be in the game that I can hear it then, because I can hear some like clashes of cymbals. Not quite sure why. Rubber. Currently P6. I don't really know how well this is going to go for an F3 race, but who knows? It could be one of the most interesting ones yet, really. As Rubber gets out of the way, now someone else to get a flying start in. Figloni. Going up to P3, 66 gone into P2 now, 2 tenths away from Mazzy, so this could be a rather tight 35-minute race. But we'll just have to wait and see. Lloyd down in P10 with 47.8. Londo in 11th. D'Souza in 12th. Plaza in 13th. Ginkulov in 14th. Borchardt in P15. As Plaza moves up to P11. But I think it's going to be utter carnage into P1, and D'Souza almost spinning the car out. I think it's going to be a lot of dive bombs around the track today. It's a very simple circuit, really, and the DTMs always have a really entertaining race here, so hopefully that can be portrayed into this F3 race. I think the DRS zone is definitely going to help with that. There is still a long pit, and it's this camera angle that has the clash, so Capone now starting a new flying lap and moves up to P1. I thought he actually just started a new flying lap. No, he's actually just managed to cap P1 off Mazzy. This is going to be a very close race, ladies and gentlemen, seeing as the DRS zone is 1 second. So currently that would be from P1 to P8. down into that really tight left-hand hairpin. This could be anyone's game, really, this one, as long as they all keep it together. Of course, gaps are going to happen because there's going to be contact, there's going to be collisions, there's going to be dive bombs, you know. And with no time left on the clock, can Mazzy gain anything back? And he's had a go, I think. Mazzy's got a red next to his name, so I don't think he's going to get much more time out of it. Can Ginkelov gain anything? He can. He moves up to P12, takes over Lando. That's the end of qualifying for him, or them, rather. Plaza coming across the line. Stays in P11. Who's next over the line? We don't know. Not sure, but we're now watching Souza. Can they make any improvements here? Rabo is still out. Oh, and this is the end of quali. So no one. That's it, basically. Okay, interesting. So let's have a little look at the old quali list. I can't. Cool, because it can only look at race control. Because that's clever game, isn't it? Yes. Very clever. Not. Crikey. Leaderboard doesn't work. Is there a standings? Not that I can see. Never mind. It's really hard to do very nice streams on AC. Very hard. But never mind. We will work with what we've got. Just gonna say, go easy into turn 1. There we go. There's my 2 cents. Go easy into turn 1. Figolonium 4th apparently, which I don't believe. It's very annoying that I can't see anyone above that. Or do I need to click on? Nope, qualifying practice. Oh, I can zoom out. Okay, yeah, so it has bugged out. Because apparently Capone is P2. Mazzy is P2. Yeah, it's bugged out, as you can see, for some reason. Not quite sure why. Position 1 is Il Capone. Mazzy in P2. For some reason it's missed P3. 66 and P3. Now it's gone to Pindler, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. It's just clearly a bit broken. Rabber not in P7. But I believe we've got 16 cars on the grid. There is a pit stop. And I think there's going to be utter carnage into T1. And I really hope there isn't. I hope everyone gets around cleanly. We've got quite a mixture. We've got someone right at the very back there on the soft tyre. A lot of people opting for the medium tyre. Maybe just a quick splash and dash, and there is another soft tyre there, which will gain them some ground if they can utilise it properly. They'll get much better exit speeds. And here are the lights: 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. And we are away at the Norris ring. Oh, and someone's binned it right into the wall already. That's for some reason we're watching Lando Morris Minor. Don't really want to be. Everyone goes to... Oh, and there's a crash. We said go easy into turn 1. I think everyone really got through a bit unscathed there, so that's good. Filoni diving down the inside of D'Souza. Or Souza, sorry. Gaining position. Lando's currently on the softs. They need to make good use of those. Lloyd up to P4. We can see in the standings Gallows dropped down to 5th. And Gallows just got P4 back. And someone's off on the wall. Not entirely sure who. And it's 3 laps. Oh, no. DRS is enabled straight away after lap 1. So next lap, they're good to go. It's going to be close racing, I think, all the way throughout. Lloyd having to take the long way round to try and get past Gallo. Not really going to happen. But he does have the inside line, and Borscher is in a wall. Where is that? That's straight after the hairpin. So must have spun it out. Huey must have got collected near the beginning as he's down into P13, but I'm sure Huey will make his way up the order. As Massey is just set the fastest lap of the race. Drive through for Plaza for DRS. DRS, really? Using DRS where there weren't meant to be any. That's probably why. And there's a big old crash into T1 again. It's an overtaking zone, but if you don't nail it properly and the cars around you aren't really too aware, or you're a bit silly on the old brakes. Oh, and the car's ran wide there. Who's that? That's Lando. Oh, he's really not making good use of those soft tyres. And another car goes spinning out there. Was that Huey? Yeah, I'm thinking it might well have been Hewis. Line up the rear tyres. Yeah, here we are on board with Huey. Trying to get down the inside of Lando. There we go. Mazzi's taking the race lead. Capone is still there. Let's see if we're back watching Lloyd. Chasing down Gallo. This game is definitely broken. And 66 is kind of in no man's land, but let's have a quick look at Capone, who almost goes into the back of Mazzi. And Plaza is doing a drive-through. Now we're watching 14th for some reason. Might actually just turn off auto cam because it's just absolute ball ache. Off. So we're now on board with car number 1, Mazzi. Problem is, disqualified, drive-through not taken. So Plaza's been disqualified. Mazzi's gone through. Now we just need to figure out which camera to use. There we go. F3. Mazzi's now in second. Let's see if I can figure this out, shall we? That's safety car. So we're now on board with 66, and someone spun that. I'm not sure who it is. It might be D'Souza, I think, maybe. Not sure. And I think Souza's also going to quit. Very awkward to MGU recovery not available. And there comes Souza out of the pit box. Lloyd trying to get round the outside. Filoni loses a place. Sinton drive through for DRS. So that's using DRS a little bit too early. Apparently. Or using it in a part of the track where you shouldn't be using it. And we'll see if Lloyd can gain any ground. I wonder if I put that down there. If I put that down there, and then what I might do, I might try and get a logo over here or something like that, just to just to try and cover it over. Not quite sure what though. Not sure what I can use. Sorry, I shouldn't be messing about with this whilst oh, and Mazzy and Il Capone's been caught out, but Il Capone's waiting. Mazzy takes control of the race lead. That's not a problem, that's absolutely fine. Let's take a look and see whether Rabba de Souza's also got a drive-through. Rabba has gained a position, but needs to do a drive-through. Now we're taking a look at Lloyd. Just trying to see around the course who's doing what. Plaza's disconnected from server communication. That's Rabba going into the pits. The car behind Lloyd does have DRS Gallo, but should be absolutely fine. So we take a look back at the car in P3. Okay, so I kind of figured this out. Sort of. Oh, and someone's just come out of the pits there. I'm not entirely sure who. As we're on board with El Capone. They're not quite able to get going. So I'm also going to try and sort out a bit of an image type thing or something or other. Just so, you know, it looks a little bit better, I guess. We'll figure it out. As Mazzy's now in P1. Don't know if I can get away with that really, but we'll try it. Looks a bit weird, but it'll do for now. At least I can control what the cars are doing. I'll just have to have a think about what else. Unless I put sorry. I shouldn't be using, like I said, I shouldn't be doing this right now on the stream. I can't go any. Why is it like just. What the hell's this? Ooh, okay. I don't know what that is, but I don't want it, so don't want that. This is very annoying. Being very odd, isn't it? Very odd application. D'Souza is taking his drive through. Il Capone is now 1.4 seconds down, which certainly helps things, but not necessarily what they were hoping for. And P16 driver Bullshit has left the server. Il Capone's just set a faster lap than what it states on there. You can try that thing with the key combinations and just click the driver names. Yeah, I tried the key combinations and it didn't work too well. Like, it's broken. It says like this car's in P2 or whatever. This does work quite nicely, and I kind of covered it over with the PNR logo. It just looks a bit shit on the stream, to be frank. But Lloyd is chasing down Gallo. He's within DRS range. Everyone else is surprisingly spread out, which I was not expecting, really. So this is the battle of the race at the moment for P4. Oh, and he just popped out of DRS range, but DRS is open. That extra 15 miles per hour, or kilometers an hour. And yeah, I don't have BCAS running at the moment because it conflicts with this one that I found, which I really like. I just can't use it for selecting drivers, sadly. And I don't want my mouse all over the screen, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want it there. So, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. It's not the nicest to stream races on AC, sadly. There must be something out there though, like a director type thing, like a director app. Well, I just took a photo for no reason. So Lloyd is still catching up, but Lloyd is also being caught up by Filongi. So Filongi is on the charge. He's well within DRS range, but so is Lloyd. And Lloyd is definitely catching up to Gallo into T1. Oh! Figolone almost caught the rear end of Lloyd. So the battle for P4 is still raging on, and P3 ain't exactly miles away. 66 is losing a bit of time here somewhere. So this train of 3 is about to become a train of 4. Half a second. Can Lloyd capitalise on it? I think he needs to be a little bit closer. But well defended there by Gallo, who is just outside of DRS range of 66. Oh, and Lloyd had a bit of a snap there, so that's going to be Figolone going through most likely. Yeah, Lloyd concedes a position. Oh, and it looks like 66 had a bit of a mare there. So Gallo is now on the charge. He's got DRS, I believe. 66 doesn't. So 66 is a sitting duck, but this back marker is getting in the way of this battle here for P3. And the back marker almost took out 66. Can't hide cursor on OBS anymore. I don't know, actually. I don't know, because I'm not actually capturing a game. I'm capturing my actual screen through a video capture card. Now P2, Il Capone is really climbing on the gearbox of Mazzy. And Gallo has managed to take back P3, or managed to get P3. Vigalone's moved up to P4, and Vigalone has moved into P3. As we're on board with 66. Heavy defending there by Gallo. All this battling is good for one driver. And now be Huey here in P7, slowly catching them up lap by lap. And we'll be able to get in on the action. Rabber's a little bit too far back. And in fact, Rabber's actually lost a place here, or they're side by side coming into the chicane. And Rabber's gone really quite a wide line in there. Oh, trying to get the cut back. He's got a great exit here on Snezniak. And Rabber's got the inside line here, but doesn't have the DRS for down the main straight. I'm going to assume. Yep, there it is. DRS is open for Snezniak. So Snezniak should be making a move on them. Oh, heavy into the braking zone. Really locks up the front tyres. It should be Rabber's back then. Oh no, Rabber's lit up the rear tyres. Oh, I do not know how Rabber did not get that one back there. But he really should have done a little bit more sensitivity on the throttle, I think, next time. And 66 is on the charge against Gallo. Gallo's just defending that inside line a little bit better now. Vigalone is now 1.2 seconds ahead of Gallo. They need to work together, really, to try and get back into the toe of Vigalone. Otherwise, he's going to run away with P3. I mean, they're doing lots and lots of laps. I mean, 23 laps are in, 16 minutes to go. Can 66 get the move done on Gallo? Gallo goes heavy defend. I think if you're going to go for a move into T1, you've got to be a lot braver, but there is still more of the race to go. Pit stop yet to happen. Apparently, Mark Coulson's message has been retracted, saying, I agree, Mark, I like. This is much more enjoyable, being able to stick with one car and not have to randomly go and look at another. As we can see, the battle for P8 is happening again. And Rabber's managed to get in front, I believe. Yeah, he has, so I'm guessing Snezniak must have braked a bit too heavily into T1. Rabber really opens that corner on the exit of the chicane. Really nicely done. He just needs to try and get 1 second ahead in front of the DRS zone, and Gallo and Huey have pitted. And it looks like Rabber is now going into the pits. Now, Lloyd and 66 need to react, really, and so does Vigalone, if they want to try and keep in a battle for P4 and P3. Hewitt's pits is done. So we're now looking at Lloyd slowly putting the pressure on 66, but they both really need to go into the pits. And they're not. They're not doing it. Rabber's pit is done. Now, is Lloyd going to try and get the move done on 66, or is he just going to sit behind? I think he's just going to sit behind for a little bit. Lando's pit's done. Lando Morris Minor. And Huey, after that pit stop... Oh, I was going to say it's 1 second within Gallo, but Gallo has just gone into the pit lane. Even though I believe they already are pitted. So, not quite sure why Gallo has done that. Gallo's going to lose a lot of time there. Unless there was a drive-through that needs to happen. Not entirely sure. Oh, and a car has spun around the corner. Who is that? I think it's a back marker of some sort, or someone that's a bit further down the pack. 66 is 4 seconds behind P3 now. And Lloyd is right behind them as well. Hewis is 29 seconds behind. I was going to say that the pit stop is probably around about 25 seconds. So these two should be okay for a moment. We've had a few DNFs, sadly. But 66. Oh, Schlichtek's got a stop and go for speeding. Great news for Rabbit. He's got a bit of nice clear air, but he is 40... No, he isn't. He's not 47 seconds. He's 14 seconds behind Hewis. So I'm not sure much is really going to be able to happen there. 66 has moved up to P3 for the time being. As our race leader and P2 have pitted. So Il Capone and Mazzi have pitted. Il Capone's 4 seconds behind Mazzi. So clearly they're both on quite different strategies. Snezak has also just completed his pit. Lloyd is now P2. Again, leaving his pit stop really late. Needs to get a little bit better with the pit strategy, really. Everyone else is now on really fresher tyres. And they're going to lose time from battling when really they just need to get in and get it done, because, quite frankly, Filoni also hasn't pitted yet and has gained quite a bit of time on them, 5 seconds. So 66. Is 66 going to try the undercut? I would if I was him. Still 11 minutes left to go. And they haven't pitted. Fastest lap of the race at the moment is going to Capone with a 46.52. But battles that are going on is mainly to see if 66 or Lloyd go into the pits. Everyone else is kind of just reshuffling back into their packs. Hewis is 33 seconds behind Il Capone. And I think that was Lloyd going into the pit lane. With 10 minutes left to go, 66 has to do the same thing. Now, where is Hewis? Coming through the chicane. Disqualified. Stop and go not taken. And I think Lloyd's just come back out on track. Yeah, plenty of space between Lloyd and Hewis. Coulson has joined. And is on the field, just getting some laps in. 3 laps down. It's worth a go. 2 laps down, apparently. But it's worth cracking on with. That's for sure. Sinjanak is disconnected from the server after being DQ'd. Has 66 gone into the pit lane yet? Here is Lloyd. El Capone is in P4, 2 seconds behind 66, who is still yet to pit. And there's a 21-second gap between himself and Lloyd, which would be the battle for 4th, really. 35-second, 36-second gap between him and Hewis, so you don't really need to worry about that there. But our championship leader right now, I think 66 is, will probably be losing some points. Or dropping some points right now. Plus our race leader also hasn't pitted. So if Jamski can put the pedal to the metal a little bit more, might be able to get things done. And 66 has come into the pits with 8 minutes left to go. A car has followed. I don't know who, but a car has definitely followed. Filoni is in P1, but still needing to pit. Let's head back to Lloyd. 66 is still in the pit box and it's coming out now. Here comes 66. Here's Lloyd coming down the main straight. And Lloyd's done it masterfully. It's just whether he can keep it going. So his battle against 66 is back on. Hewis has just set a personal PB. And now it's just our race leader who is yet to a pit, I believe. So our race leader, Vigloin, needs to pit. Realistically, though, is Mazzy. That's in P1, leading this race. 7 seconds behind. It's Al Capone. Let me just try that. And it just goes to Lando Morris Minor. No idea why. Race control, no idea why. It just jumped. It doesn't even do it logically. Oh, and there's a collision down into P1, T1. Hewis has got caught up in it. Now Rabbit is now 1.2 seconds behind Hewis. So the battle for P6 is now on. Lloyd is now within 32 seconds of Vigaloin, so I don't think he's going to be able to get P3. And if something drastically happens, Rabbit will have DRS because he's right on the rear end of Hewis. But Hewis also has DRS because of a back marker, so that's all worked out well for them two. They both go really heavy into T1. Let the battle commence. Into the stadium section. We're watching Stinton try their best to put Hewis under as much pressure as possible. It looks like we got a slow car on the side there. If we look into the eyes of Rabbit. On the attack, will have DRS this lap. Is definitely going to be able to make the move. He's definitely close enough. Hewis tries to weave to break the toe, but it's not going to work. And Rabbit should have this nailed and done into T1 as long as he gets his breaking point right, which he pretty much does. But what it does mean is that with 5 minutes left to go, Hewis is now the attacking party. Oh, and there's a lot of understeer there coming out of the chicane for Hewis. Lloyd just setting a 46.9. His personal PB of the day. Coulson's just done his long pit. So again, the only driver that hasn't done a long pit is the driver currently sat in P1 with 4 minutes to go. And those tyres that they're driving must be screaming as Rabbit just defends into T1. All Hewis needs to do is get a good exit on the way out of the final bend. And Mazzy is 1.4 seconds behind our current race leader. Don't think that's going to be for very much longer, to be honest. And if he doesn't pit, he gets a 1 minute time penalty. So for a lap that's 45 seconds long, or 40, well, 47, 48 seconds long is pretty detrimental. And Mazzy's just at the fastest lap of the race of 46.3. And Hewis doesn't seem to be using his DRS. If he is not working to much success, really. And Mazzy in P2, which we can't see for some reason. There we go. Has caught up to our race leaders, whose tyres must be screaming by now. With all the heavy braking, the hard accelerations. On board, catching up 46.2, a new fastest lap of the race. Mazzy has got the bit between his teeth and is ready to go, go, go. I think Hewis might be playing a good game here. Try and make the move done on a penultimate lap. Let's see if Mazzy can get the job done this time around. He's certainly close enough. Even though it says half a second, that looks a lot more like 3 tenths. Maybe not actually, maybe it's half a second. But we'll definitely be able to get the job done now. Almost before they even started the start-finish line. Another fastest lap of the race set by Mazzy. 46.208. And Filoni is probably going to try and keep up. But there's not much point really, as our race leader is clearly off and away. But Filoni really needs to take this opportunity to pit. And I don't think, unless they pitted really early. No, he has not pitted yet. So, okay, let's go on board with Hewis in P7, chasing down Rabbit. Really braking late, trying to get around the outside of Rabbit. Good defensive driving there by the Northern Irishman. That's Rabbit, that is. With pretty much 2 laps left of the race, and Hewis almost clips Rabbit around. That was super close, that. Super close. Away we go. Down the main street. DRS is open, but he's just not getting a good enough exit out of that final corner. And this will be the final lap of the race, pretty much, unless... Where is Mazzy? Coming through the chicane section. So yeah, I would pretty much say... Oh, and Filoni has pitted. And has still come out in P2. And Neil Capone's come down, so Filoni, what an absolute masterstroke that is. And is Lloyd on the attack? Lloyd is on the attack. Lloyd is on the attack for P3 against Il Capone. And just as I change, it keeps on changing back to the car 1. So that's the end of the race. Mazzy is the race leader, winner. Sinton comes over the line in 6th with Hewis in 7th. But we're watching now the battle for P3. 2 attempts in it. Can Lloyd get the cut back? Can he get the drive over the line? Oh, brilliantly done. Can he do it? He'll have DRS as well. Lloyd is just going to pit P3 right on the last lap. Brilliant move. Il Capone cannot complain about that. That was an absolutely epic move from Lloyd. As Il Capone just knocks him round, knowing that was an absolutely brilliant piece of driving there by Lloyd. Il Capone, so disappointed. But our race leader, Mazzy, congratulations. 2 out of 2 for Mazzy. And yeah, fantastic race, really. That was a really good race around Norris Ring. I hope you guys can join us for more in the future. Every Wednesday, currently, we have an F3 league on WSS with Lando. Sorry, I'm just going to divert. Lando finishing P10. So the final classification, we have Mazzy in P1, Villoni in P2, Lloyd in P3, Il Capone in P4, 66 in P5, Sinton in P6, Hughes in P7, Gallo in P8, Gunkalov in P9, Lando Morris Minor in P10, Shiznak, DNF'd, David Souza, in P12, Coulson in P13, Porsche in 14th, and Plaza in P15. I hope you have all enjoyed yourselves tonight. Sorry that is not the most appealing looking stream this evening, but yeah, I will try and do some work on it in the near future. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves, have a fantastic rest of the week, and make sure that you join the Pretty Ninja Discord, which you can find a link in the description below, and we'll catch you at the next one. Goodbye.